Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fatih Rahman, and I'm from Faculty of Dakwah and Communication from major Islamic Communication and Broadcasting, State Islamic University, Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung. Here I will tell you about my made-up story that the title is Me and My Broken Heart. Let's just start to the story. Starting when I was carrying out the first midterm exam, it was November 6th, my girlfriend's birthday. At that time, I felt confused whether to come to her birthday or continue my mid-semester examination. After much thought, I finally chose to continue with the mid-semester exam. Then I called and apologized to her that I couldn't attend her birthday. Then she informed it, but in a disappointed tone. I know, and I also realized that what I did was a mistake because I couldn't take my time for her. But I also can't ignore my assignment as a student to take the mid-semester exam. Time after time passed, the exam was over. Finally, I got a pretty long holiday. Then in a very happy mood, I decided to go back to my hometown to meet my family and my girlfriend whom I love. When I got home, I immediately contacted my girlfriend and asked her out on a date the next day. She agreed with a cheerful tone. After that, I had a long talk with her by phone until I fell asleep. Finally, the long-awaited day arrived. After waking up from my sleep, I immediately rushed and prepared in a handsome fashion to date my girlfriend. Previously, I have prepared some gifts for her. I want to give it later when I meet her. When I was in front of her house, she immediately greeted me with a look that described a longing. So do I. Then she came up to me and hugged me tightly while saying the words about how much she missed me. After letting go of longing for each other, we went to our favorite restaurant. When we go to the restaurant, we ordered the same meal menu, the same drink, the same dessert, and choose our favorite seat, which is one on the second floor near the window facing the street. Our order came while we were chatting and we ate the food we ordered. After eating all the food, we continued our chat. But before that, I will give my gifts to her. But suddenly, in the middle of the chat, she looked me in the eye and said, "I have something to talk about, and this is serious." Then, with curiosity, I replied, "Please, what do you want to say?" Then she took a deep breath and looked at me with a serious gaze and then said, "I'm cheating. I'm close to other people and I'm doing that consciously in this relationship." Suddenly, my heart seemed to stop for a moment and my eyes widened. Seconds passed and I was still digesting what she said. I paused for a moment, trying to clear my mind and hold back my emotion. After a while, I was silent. I ventured to ask, "Are you serious? You're kidding, right?" She just fell silent. Then I asked again, "Even if it's true, don't you remember if we've been committed to making each other happy until we grew old?" And suddenly, a notification appeared on her cell phone that came from a man named Adhan. I see it clearly and the contents of the message that says, "I've been in the lower floor of the restaurant." How shocked I was. It turned out that this was not a joke because he was actually there and was already downstairs in the restaurant where we ate. Half of me feels like it's not there, who knows where, as if it was going to find an explanation behind it even at that time. Not long after, he came over to us, who were sitting together. He greeted us kindly. Then he took a chair and sat between me and my girlfriend. I, who felt awkward, finally just fell silent without saying a word. Finally, the man I don't know where came from to our relationship started the conversation. He introduced himself to me while pointing his hand towards me to shake my hand. Hi bro, my name is Adhan, he said. I replied, yes, I'm Mike, nice to see you. Then the three of us talked very long at that time. My girlfriend and her cheating were trying to explain as much detail as possible to me. I didn't pay full attention because I still couldn't believe what was going on. I wish it was just a dream. Only one important point I got. It turns out that they were arranged by their parents. My girlfriend holds my hands so tightly and trying to convince me that this is not my fault. She cried, apologizing to me. Then I looked at her with a smile and said that I was fine. I told her that during these 3 years, I learned a lot from you and I hope you do too. I wish you always happy. Then I got up from my seat and left them both. After arriving at the parking lot, I immediately got into my car and left that place. Throughout the trip, I could only cry and think about how stupid I had been keeping here for another man. A year passed, without her, without news from her, without her sweet words every morning. I try not to think about it. I'm trying to let her go. I can only hope that this is the best way for me and let the time pass until I completely forget her. Okay, maybe just this from me. Thanks a lot for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.